Good morning. My name is Rich. I use the he, him pronouns, and you're watching my YouTube channel where I play amazing tabletop role playing games with friends. Oh, just realized that I'm calling them amazing tabletop role playing games when we're about to play my game. Maybe, maybe I should change that intro. Sorry. Hey, this
Is
is.
amazing.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I was not asking for a compliment. I just literally came up with that realization of, wow, it was a little humble, Rich. So we are playing MCU Sundays. That's where we do not infringe upon copyrights. We play in a sandbox created by the Marvel Cinematic Universe. We make no money whatsoever from this. So it is a work of satire, parody, whatever category gets me not sued by Disney. That is where I want to be. We're just going to play a game set in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, influenced by the comics, but also grounded in primarily the movies. But occasionally we may draw from some of the TV stuff as well. This game is Hit the Streets, Defend the Block game I wrote, but it's the like working second edition revisions where we've got some cool new block rules that we've been enjoying that caused us to go into a darker turn for the most recent volume of this particular foray into Hit the Streets. And also, I decided it would be fun that if you're going to have it in MCU, it should be in New York, but I didn't want it in Manhattan because that place is teeming with supers. So many supers. I wanted these folks to be able to make their own space. So we chose Bushwick, which is a neighborhood in Brooklyn. You can see behind Mark and Sherry and myself, there are some pictures of places in Bushwick. Bushwick is, I think, super neat. Like I want to go to New York to go to Bushwick now. I've watched enough YouTube videos of people walking down the streets and talking about Bushwick. It seems like a really interesting place. Lots of graffiti, no alleys whatsoever. Interesting street art and culture there. And that's where we have set this game and also thrown in a bunch of superheroes. So let's meet those superheroes. Let's briefly go around the horn and have folks introduce themselves and tell us about their character. Kay, why don't you kick it off? You never get to go first.
That is true, and that's chill. But yeah, I am Kay of the She and They Variety, and I am playing our wild card, Olivier Raven LeBeau with a strike through it, because he does not go by that last name. Hashtag daddy issues. He is the son of Raven and Remy, and he is sort of on his own journey to be his own dude away from the X-Men and all of their machinations. Yet somehow they keep showing up everywhere, which is just so unfair.
So true. So very true. They keep showing up
How dare
everywhere.
they exist?
Next, I'm going to take a right-hand turn to go to Greg. If you could introduce yourself, tell us about your character.
Hey, I'm Greg. I use he, him pronouns. I'm playing Barracuda, also uses he, him pronouns. The compendium, the old man, the wizard with the smoking jacket, Barracuda.
Barracuda's old because he's shouting his name, as we can see.
Barracuda!
Barracuda, darn ya. Cool. And then let's jump over to speak with Sherry.
Hi, I'm Sherry. I use she, her pronouns. I am playing Vector, who uses he, him pronouns. He is the rookie, or his real name, Jeff J. Johnson, or to those who knew him in high school, 3J. He is a viral post aggregator for a cat refuge. Essentially, he tries to make sure they have plenty of public eye. He does pretty good with that, and he's decently well known in Bushwick. Just because he's always walking around with a big old cat on his shoulder, whose name is Mr. Muffin. And he met Mr. Muffin when he found his suit. They've been together for a couple years now, and maybe, just maybe, Jeff is starting to figure out his suit more, or his suit is starting to figure out him more. Whatever it is, his girlfriend's suit has created some changes lately because his suit is jealous. So there you go. It's a good time when
Did you
your
just say his
superpowers are
girlfriend's suit?
his girlfriend's suit. Yeah.
Oh.
I
There's
like
two big announcements in that
declaration. Which do we care more about? I think I know which one I care more about. Last but not least, Mark, if you could introduce yourself, tell us about your character.
Yeah, I'm Mark. I go by he or they, and I am playing Dynamo, Monique Martinez, who until very recently was a bike messenger until some jerk shut down the bike messenger service. And now I think I'm some sort of assistant manager or something at Johnny Storm's escape room / comic book shop. And yeah, last scene beating the stuffing out of Firestar, I think it was.
Sadly was. You got the drop on Firestar, and Iceman Bobby Drake got pantsed by Wildcard, stole his powers. So I think that is where we have to pick things up, right? We like had that moment where Dynamo had slammed Firestar to the pavement, cracked the pavement a little bit, had an arm bar over her neck, and her eyes started to flare up until you added a little pressure, and Bobby fell off of his ice bridge because Wildcard stole his powers. So does Wildcard now, are you covered in ice? Do you have like an icy fist? What
I
does
think he's
Wildcard
got
look
like almost arm bracers that are made out of ice.
Arm
And he had made like a little, almost like a little bowl nest thing that Iceman fell into. So he didn't hit concrete. He kind of slid into a little ice bowl.
Ice bowl. Sweet. So as that we have that pregnant moment of tension, is Firestar going to try to blast you off of her, or what? I want to see Dynamo. There's this moment you can act on it. You have control of this situation. What do you do?
So the context we met them in is they were going after Hammer Bro. Is that right?
Yeah, they were chasing Hammer Bro,
Calling him a murderer.
Oh, calling him a murderer.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you for that. We definitely need that in our previously on there. And Hammer Bro escaped because you guys interceded. You helped Hammer Bro out.
I know, we saved him.
I remember that.
Yeah, and I think like while I have her there and have a moment to talk, just be like, I don't know who you are coming into our neighborhood and messing with our admittedly dumbass guys here. Let's talk this over, and maybe we can figure something out. That guy's an idiot, but he's not a murderer.
All right, so you're attempting to de-escalate the situation. Will Angelica Jones listen to you? That is what's on the table here. I don't think, like, this is just talking.
Yeah.
So I don't think there's tension involved in the role. By the way, Dynamo, do you really need a refresh scene? I just want to highlight that.
Yeah,
you need a refresh scene. Cool. So
I used a lot last time.
I could see normal or super based on the position here, but what do you think is the mode you're engaging?
I kind of think super because we're doing the super thing. Like, you're going after a bad guy. I'm trying to figure out what's going on. We're all that. I think it's probably Jaw.
Feels right to me.
Or is it Heart? Yeah, I think it's Jaw. Intimidation.
I could see Heart. I could see Jaw. Yeah.
Cool. So that's 6. What are we at here?
Oh, your difficulty is good. Like, she wants to talk things out, but also you do have your hand in her throat. So
yeah.
I'm not just going to roll over with a person who could break her neck right now.
Yeah. I'm just going to go for the 6 unless does
Wildcard want to help?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. If I may, remind me real quick how I do that.
All you have to do is just narratively tell us what it is that Wildcard does, and then you spend a spark that Mark picks up to roll in Dynamo's pool.
For sure. So yeah, so I think you have your little speech, and Wild Card is just like, this is Iceman, and this is they're semi-locals, New York, not Bushwick.
Mhm.
Usually they are pretty good at minding their own business, but maybe they should explain recently why they're here.
Yeah.
Just disapproving look at Bobby.
Cool.
So
All right.
that
So
is
they get you the
7
seventh
dice.
die. Yeah.
All right, let's see what we do. There's 4 successes. Boom.
4 successes, and
Or three.
thank
3
thank
successes,
the
yeah.
GM that you three. Yeah, you're right. Exactly what you needed. But thank the GM that I didn't put tension in that roll, or that would
Yeah, that would have been a bad time.
it just didn't make sense. Sweet. That is delightful. So Firestar, her eyes like simmer down from the bright CGI light that was about to shine, showing her powers are going to fire up. And I'm sorry, I'm just looking at the color of eyes of the person I stunt casted. Oh, it looked like they're like blue. Okay, cool. Cool. So her eyes shift down to a blue, and we cut to the two of them standing together and
Yeah, like help her up. And
yeah, we like cut to the and she's still in her Firestar suit, which I think is the like yellow bodysuit with the red mask and the red gloves with like flames on it and stuff. And she says, "We've been hunting down. You may say that this guy's not a murderer, but we have evidence that his hammer was used in the crime of 2 different murders outside of clubs." And then you hear thwip, thwip. You guys! And Spider-Man appears on top of the escape. There are no buildings here.
We got plenty of buildings. They're just not skyscrapers.
They're all short.
Get a bike.
Hops down. Not a bad idea. Spider-Man, friendly neighborhood. Guys, are you okay? She took my powers. I'm sorry, he took my powers. I'm not okay at all. I'm warm.
I can chill you out if you need, Bobby.
Probably get frostbite this time.
Mhm.
Can't believe you took all of them. I need them back.
You'll get
Usually,
them back in a little bit.
Usually when I have my powers taken, I get a kiss or something. Not asking.
I was
Just
about to say, do you want one?
Yeah,
Like,
that's not gonna work out for you, man.
and Firestar says, "Quit while you're behind, Iceman." Okay. So Spidey will walk over. So nice to meet you. He offers a gloved hand. Monique. Oh, no. Okay. Olivier. Good to see you.
Bye.
Yeah. Sorry, I was late. I had to take care of something. Yes, we have some evidence that Hammer Bro is murdered. He has a chain hammer used by a very, very bad guy, and maybe it's the hammer's fault. I don't know, but we've got to stop him. Sorry if we're encroaching in your area.
Yeah, I'm surprised that guy can keep track of where his shoes are, much less his hammer. I don't think the hammer being used in a murder is necessarily pointing to him using it.
And then Spidey's like reaches his finger up. Oh, okay, yeah. He's still moving.
How about all of us go talk to him together?
Do you know where to find him?
I've got some ideas.
Yeah.
Okay. Well then, lead the way, guys.
And I smirk at Bobby because he's being a bit petulant. You want to ride? As I like make an ice bridge.
Nice. And I think he looks to Firestar and she says, "You get the princess carry for me." Fine.
Horatio.
And I think
Lightning's
The other
off.
3 kind of go, and I smirk and look at him. You're getting Princess carried here also. Uh,
No, do it the like hold on to your sides thing.
so you want to hold my waist? I
It's like
mean, listen, that's
dancing.
what you, okay, yeah, if you want to do that instead, sure.
Yes.
And we glide.
And he's like, oh, he occasionally has to like remove a hand and shake it. I had no idea I was this cold. Cool. You guys slide away, and I'm just granting my own wish at this point. It's so self-indulgent that it's kind of sad. But I think the next thing we cut to is, well, God, no, because we had the like you guys. It was Barracuda and Vector investigating murder stuff, so I can't cut away from that. All right, fine. I've denied my self-indulgence, and I'm going to follow the story. You know, in the editing room, exactly in the editing room. The editor's like, okay, yeah, we're gonna put that scene later. No, it's not gonna happen immediately now, even though it was shot to happen right away. Cool. So you guys have gathered evidence. You did some spectral analysis, Vector, of the material that was trace elements left on the murder victim's body. And yeah, it very much looks like it is this exact same cosmic metal that was used to construct the chain hammer. And I think you and Barracuda had like met back up, right? So is this a walk and talk scene stolen from West Wing, or are you at a place, or are you off going to next? Where do we want to
We
go?
were knocking on Zanaya's door, if I remember correctly.
Oh, that's right. Yes. Cool. All right. So you're back in the Rheingold, knocking on Zanaya's door, and we hear a little bit of music emanating as soon as the door opens, just like chill. What was Zanaya? I think she's listening to like Enya style music, right? You know, it's a little witchy, you know. Lights are low, but you see the conversation pit is empty. She's all by herself. Jeff, and she's not sure she should call you Barracuda or call you, but so she kind of stammers for a moment. Come in. Just so we're clear, she still doesn't know you're Vector.
I know.
Right?
So
That's
yes,
great.
So was talking to Barracuda, and you know those murders?
Yeah, we've been looking into it.
So there was one just this evening?
Yeah, the House of Yes, which has a contract with Bushwick's Best. It's not good. It's not good at all.
So if you've been looking into it, don't know how much you know about the murder MO, but this woman died from what looks like a blow to their chest from that big old chain hammer that Hammer Bro used to use. And Zanaya, she looked a lot like you. Your haircut.
It didn't
how
look like
you
me?
dress. Yeah.
Like, oh. I thought that we were cool.
Maybe you are, but that's what it's kind of looks like.
Where is Noah?
He couldn't afford the place he was staying at once he was fired from the team. Last text I got from him, he said he found a place. He was sticking around. He really hoped that, he really hoped he could get back on the team. Hold on. And she'll go and get her phone, and she'll give you his contact information, but I don't have his address. I could find him.
It might be a good idea. We don't know if he still has his hammer.
Jeff, why are you doing this? This is dangerous stuff.
And he kind of stops and says, I was just helping.
You know, maybe you should just stick to helping cats. This is dangerous. Somebody died.
Yeah.
Barracuda's looking between Jeff and Zanaya, like,
So anyway, Barracuda knows more about this. And he'll step back so the two magic people can do magic things.
Cool. You want to do magic? And she'll be like, cool, you want to do magic? I've always wanted to do a spell with you.
Well, let's see if we can find him. And he'll reach out his hand to her. And we're gonna try and get like perspective of Noah.
Nice. Love
Throw
it.
it up on the view screen, right?
Yes. So we're
Noah vision.
Noadar. That sounds good.
Yeah,
I
you
love
can
it.
project it into the conversation pit. It is a circle.
I mean, it is a circle. That's very true. And also, that would be pretty amusing. And a nice use of the conversation pit. All good. Cool. Let's build up a roll. I think the difficulty is going to be good because you have assistance of someone who, as if we remember, Barracuda was impressed by her understanding of the laws of magic and how well she was at least followed the mores of very clean spell construction.
Very by the book.
Very by the book.
Okay, so it's super. So that's 2.
Are you? I think you're using your roll there.
Medium, sure. 3. Let's see. I think this is head. We're trying to get in Noah's head.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, I'm into it.
So that's 6. And then this would be my power as well. So that makes it 8 or makes it 7?
Power is 2 dice, so
8.
8.
Okay.
I do think you're messing with magic, so I'm going to say the tension is involved in the roll. The idea of a boring spell shouldn't even be on screen. It should just happen.
Okay.
It shouldn't be a die roll, I guess.
Let's see. Do I have to spark at this? No, I think I'm good with the 8 I've got. All right. Noah Vision, the Disney Plus. All right, here we go. That is 1, 2, 3, 4 successes, but there is a little feedback here.
Oh, there is. And I have an idea of how to represent it. You tell me what you think about. You reach out with Noah Vision, try to pull in Noadar, and you see Noah. He's entering a pretty crappy 1-bedroom apartment from the fire escape. Like he's lifting it up, and I think the pain maybe, or the loss of spark from the tension, is that you see, once he comes in, you see another flash, and out on the fire escape now is the Basher. It looks at first like your grandson, but then you realize, no, the tattoos. It's the tattoos on the hands and the forearm. That is actually the Basher.
The little vision thing goes away in a twirl of sparks that never light anything on fire.
That's right. Like a sling ring, kind of. Very cool.
Yeah. Barracuda
And
looks
you've got
back,
the
yeah.
like, you know, the building, you know Bushwick well
Yeah.
enough that
Yeah. Jeff, we have to hurry. I don't turn to Zanaya. I turn to Jeff.
yeah, there's the look at both of you like, okay, what is going on? This is
I go, I'm really sorry about this, Zanaya, and I will flip on the suit because
I love it. Zanaya, stay inside. Don't open the door for anyone.
I know magic. She guys are I'm as good as you, old man. She mutters under her breath. Cool. So I like the idea of maybe like a potential beating of all 4 of the PCs as well as the spider friends. Like this sounds
Yes.
possibly amazing and also problematic. It's gonna be great. Cool. So Barracuda, Vector, how are you guys arriving on the scene? Because there's a person who's looks like they're on fire flying through the sky in the night. Kind of obvious.
well, let's see here. I mean, we could blink over if we have some sense of where it is. Barracuda.
Gardens Apartments.
Oh, sure. I was looking at a place there. So sure, I know where that is. So let's see here. How can we get there fastest? Sort of stop, look at where we are as we come out of the thing, and
I love the idea of Vector blinking Barracuda.
That's
I-
wicked.
try it. Yeah. So
Sweet.
Yeah.
Just because I can, here's Hope Gardens Apartments. As you can see, it's like the tallest building in Bushwick. But it doesn't have my aforementioned fire escape, which makes me sad. But so it's Hope Gardens, but we CGI'd in some fire escapes.
They're on the other side. Yeah.
Oh, sure, they're on the other side. Yeah, those people, they have to jump. Who knows? Cool. Yes. So you guys blink. Do you blink to the ground level to walk inside? Do you blink to the where do you blink to, Vector?
I think I blinked at ground level, and then we checked. Just got to look. So I kind of looked to Barracuda to where up to blink next. Then. So
Nice.
I'm like, where?
Sweet. So yeah, you guys are looking and trying to figure out. Oh, from my vision, it was here or here, and that's when you see Firestar, who is almost like she's a giant flare. She's a firework across the night. She has no subtlety whatsoever. Sorry.
And I'm also lightning streaking, like probably right there.
There's also, just like a giant arc of ice.
Yeah.
Wow, it's busy out tonight. Yeah, and then I'll blink up to the fire escape that Barracuda points out.
Nice.
Yep, exactly.
Sweet. Cool. So you blink up to the fire escape. I think you're going to get there just a little bit faster than the others. That seems appropriate. When you blink up to the fire escape, Vector, Barracuda, what you see is Noah, and the basher has his hand around Noah's neck, and he's pulled, like he has Noah's hand around a gun, and he's pulling it up to Noah's head as if he's.
Oh my.
Yeah. What? Noah's fighting him, but it looks like the basher is about to try to pull the trigger. What do you do?
I think I will go in through the glass. My whole intent is simply to get any part of my suit in between that gun and Noah, if that makes any sense.
Sure. That sounds fantastic. Are you helping, Barracuda?
Absolutely. Any way I can. Trying to think like what I can do to help here. I think I distract the basher. I call him like his childhood nickname, like when he was like in trouble, like his full name with middle name.
Oh no.
Oh no.
So not his nickname, his full absolute you're in trouble
yeah.
name.
Full
Yeah.
absolute you are in trouble name. And
Oh, he's got to have
just to
like
make him,
4
like,
names,
look-
right? Like
yeah,
super
yeah.
long. So it's like Geraldo Romano, but there's a couple names in the middle there. That sounds amazing. That's a great way to help. So 1 die is thrown from your spark to Vector. Vector, let's build that. I think this is a remarkable feat. He's
Okay.
we'll see how this goes for you.
Sounds good. Well, it's gonna be super. I don't know if rookie fits, probably not. I need to
Probably
figure out how I'm gonna change that at some point.
Yeah, new team role for you sounds fun.
Yeah. Probably this is hands? I don't know. It's the weird. It's deflection, so I'm sitting up for the suit.
Yeah.
Essentially,
Speed
so-
actions, movement, reaction, dodging, running,
Feet.
jumping is feet. Yeah.
Yep. So feet.
I
So
mean,
that's
you
fine.
only have a 2 in one thing, and everything else is straight 3s. So
Exactly.
this is all academic at this point.
I suppose so. And then deflection is definitely what I'm using.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that's a core, 5, 6, 7.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And then 1 extra from your
That's
buddy Barracuda. Do you want to
8.
spend any of your measly 3 spark? My
Sure.
goodness.
I will spend. Let's see here. Is this got tension?
Oh
I
yeah,
think so.
definitely has. This seems super tense to me.
So I will spend 1 to give myself 9. God, I don't know. Just gonna go. Maybe I should give myself. I'll go with 10. If it knocks me out, it knocks me out.
So cool.
So I'm got one's left, so I'm spending 2. Okay. Oop. All right, and then I should have opened up. I think we know the problem. Safety and
Oh,
vulgar.
it's okay. I got you.
So, all right.
I disrupt it in chat if you need it.
Okay, got it. And then 10d6.
Just as a note, you guys, if you're ever like in a rush, you can always just type up as take quick roll instead of having to add all the different dice. Oh,
Horrible.
there's a couple
roll.
of this looks like a Pyrrhic victory. Did I not say that this was? I believe I said it was remarkable, right? Or did I just make it sure?
I thought
Okay,
you said
this is
you said
remarkable. I need 4.
remarkable.
I see 1, 2, 3. Oh,
Ooh.
Yep.
oh no.
It's a very bad roll.
Yeah, that's the worst. That's the worst. The shot rings out, and Noah hits the ground. You come in to deflect, but you're just a moment too late. And Vector, I think your suit goes into a critical failure shutdown. Like a couple of the symbols happen, wee, 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 and it just boom. You're standing there as regular Jeff. And Basher backhands you with the gun. And it's just, you're not my real grandpa. You killed him. And he's going to run straight at you, Barracuda.
Can I freeze his legs?
Cool. So I guess
I love
that sounds amazing. Wild
Freeze, like, his
card.
feet?
Yeah, so I guess you like come up and you see this fight going on. I think Barracuda, you didn't actually leave the fire escape, right?
No, I'm just on the other end of the fire escape
zipped
there.
in.
Yep.
And Wildcard, you're coming up with the ice powers. And let's have you do that because the window had to have been open for Vector to have come in. Let's see you make an attack. I think the Basher is not intent on you directly, so we call this tension involved in the roll because you're getting in the way. And
So yeah,
I'm gonna say it's also a remarkable difficulty to freeze his legs. Good luck.
thank you. So I think this is some wild card behavior
Sure.
coming in with a random power that don't usually have. It's super. I think this might be maybe hands because it's like a weird version of a grapple, or could it be
I can see his hand. Yeah.
hands? So it's 6. It's a power.
7, actually. 7
7.
because you've wild card.
All right, yeah.
It's
So
a power, so you control over other powers, so that makes it 9. You need 4 successes.
4
Oh,
successes.
ye of the mini spark. Only
Yeah,
you're the most sparkified of the group. Do you want to spend some of that?
Yeah, I'm gonna spend 2. So we have 11 dice.
All right. 11 dice. You're looking for 4 successes. Tension is definitely involved in the roll. Hey.
Oh, wow.
Wow. Something about that remarkable difficulty that just seems a bit much.
Too much.
I think what happens here,
Oh, you get my waist.
tell me if this seems fine. Yeah, Dynamo zipping straight up the wall, flash style. Awesome. I love that. We like cut to that. Then we cut back to like
Back, Rich.
Oh, I think we lost.
Okay, I was about to ask, did Rich freeze for anyone else?
We rolled
Yep.
dice so poorly that Rich.
Oh, no.
I can hear you
No.
guys. Can you
Oh,
hear
no.
me? Oh no.
The basher got rich because we did so poorly.
Can you guys see me again?
Yes, we got
Yes.
you. Okay.
I just got to note my internet connection's unstable. Thanks, Zoom. Better? Am I better? Okay, cool. So yes, we absolutely flash to Dynamo zipping up the building. That is just amazing. Then there's another moment where we flash out like 3 blocks away, and Spidey is running across and then throwing out a line and then swinging way down across some trees, and like he gets clipped by a branch. He's, God, I hate Bushwick. Back to wild card. You throw the ice, and we see this thing where like you're throwing the ice and the ice is coming off of your skin. Like you can only hold the power for so long. And so I'm going to rule that like the failure is that you ice up his legs. He's powerful enough to where he just churns through it, continues forward, and he's just going to tackle you and Barracuda both and like slam into both of you, as well as Bobby, who's like, I think my powers are coming back. Please, God, please. Because oh man, I got fuzzy too. Just Zoom is going on. All right, I'm going to put you in timeout, Zoom. All right, so the 3 of you are now falling, and this is the tallest building in Bushwick. It's got to be a really long fall. It's like a Hans Gruber fall moment where the 3 of you are going down. I don't know what it is about random diehard quotes that happen in this game, but there you are, and you guys are all falling. Dynamo, you see that 4 people falling.
Oh boy.
The Spider-Man dilemma.
Who do you save?
Wow, I'm not going to be able to get all of them, so I'm going to go into the apartment and see if I can quickly assess the situation and grab Jeff and or Noah. I'm break down to ground level.
Okay, so your plan is to like not worry about the people who are falling.
Yeah,
Get Jeff out of
Basher's
there.
tough. He'll be fine, and the rest can fall on top of him.
That sounds amazing and also unlikely. Cool.
And Spider-Man's here. I mean, he's
Yeah,
not gonna let him.
Spider-Man's blocks away. Cool. So I think what happens, wild card, Barracuda, 2 of you are falling. The bright light comes as Firestar is like diving down to try to save some of you, but she's doing the math of like 1 me, 4 of them. I have microwave powers. I can't really shoot them to slow them. I have to catch them. And I think she grabs Bobby's hand and she's going to reach for your hand as well, Wildcard, because you're right there. So she's grabbing you guys first. what do? Do you let her, like, she's going to save you right here if you want it?
I think. Remind me really, Barracuda's powers are
Very rarely appeared on screen.
yes.
That's
Crotchetiness, being connected to more evil people, and some magic stuff.
Like, would I know, or would Wildcard know about like some of the extent of the magic and the magic's ability? Because like, would I be able to essentially, if I had your powers for a second, would I be able to make, I don't know, like a trampoline appear or some bullshit? Like,
Well, I don't
so
think
personally, I think if cool trampolines are going to happen, maybe that'd be a Barracuda thing. I'm
that's fair.
Just throwing that out.
Yeah, that's fair.
I was gonna say I don't think Barracuda has any good way of arresting this fall, if that's what Wildcard is trying to do.
Oh no! What is your magic for good for? I don't even know what words just came out of my mouth, but I think what is your magic good for is what I was trying to say.
Wildcard, I think, tries to push Barracuda towards the hand because he's like, you're old and I'm young and I'm gonna impact this fall better than you are. So he looks at Firestarter and is just like, take him instead kind of vibes as I push the old man towards her open hand.
She'll do that. I mean, she's got enough reaction where she's grabbed Bobby, and Bobby's like, no, save the others. I think I'm good. Oh God.
Maybe I misunderstood. Is the Basher also following with us?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the Basher had, like, he tackled both Wildcard and Barracuda and is intent on riding you down. Like, Barracuda, he wants you to land first, and he thinks he's gonna be fine.
Are there PvP rules in this game? I don't remember. Because Barracuda is going to be trying to twist Wildcard towards the hand as well.
Why? I do believe there are PvP rules. Do I know them off the top of my head? Sadly, no. But
you only wrote them, right?
I only wrote them years ago. Hold on. I know that I have the section, so I'm going into our. If you look on the safety and roller tab, the HTS rules are linked in there, and let me see if I can find the PvP. I swear I think there's a section that says PvP. Player versus player. Why, yes. A summary of conflicts, which, by the way, I just want to take a moment to show this art. So this art right here in the book, this is the artist, Alex Prinz. I was like, wouldn't it be cool if this devil guy was basically Charlie Sheen from Ferris Bueller's Day Off? That moment when he's sitting there being super cool. This is it. This is just the Charlie Sheen pose from Ferris Bueller's Day Off, but devil. And I love this picture so much. It makes me happy. Anyway, most of the art in this book makes me happy. All right, sometimes SPBs don't get along and might get into a tussle over something. In that case, each player builds up their dice pool, rolls, and compares. Whoever rolled the most POWs succeeds in the conflict and says what happens, with the GM having the power to suggest or shape the result a little if things get too wild and crazy. Nobody's punching a hole in the moon in this game. Tension is in effect, unless all players involved in the conflict say it isn't. If there's a disagreement between players on tension, the GM makes the final call. In the case of a tie, the GM either says what happens, and it might be terrible. If no POWs are rolled on either side, the GM says what happens, and it will be terrible.
You done with that, Kay?
Yeah.
Okay. I think we have to agree that tension is involved if we're following a burning bill. Okay. Oh boy. Let's see. I think for me this is being normal. It's hands. I'm not great at this. It's 4. Um, and I'm gonna throw a spark at it for 5. All right.
Can I help?
If you want to help, you should just not have the conflict.
God, no. Yeah.
Oh, I see. You want to help his role beat your role. I got you. You're helping by making your role. That's how you're helping.
Yeah.
So before, because I don't want you to know how many you have to roll against. I want you to build your pool now. So how many
Okay.
dice is Greg? How many dice is Barracuda rolling now?
I think 5.
Okay, so 5 dice. Build
I
your
think-
pool.
I do believe it is the wild card thing to do to swap oneself safety to
Yes.
keep teammates safe.
But it's amazing how very applicable wild card can be.
It is. It's a good one that way.
All right.
I think this is a super thing to do, in my opinion, is to save someone else over yourself.
Yes.
So that's 4. Let's see, what is this? I think this is hard, which I'm not good at.
Oh,
So that's a 5.
nice. Spending any of that copious spark?
Yeah, we're gonna spend 2 spark.
Okay, so we got 5 dice against 7 dice.
Right.
Do.
Who's rolling first?
I'll roll first. I have the larger dice amount, so
Go
that
for
way
it.
you can see.
So it's you just how doomed I am. Yeah. Ooh, 1, 2, 4.
Wow, that is a pretty good roll. Now there are a couple ones there, so this hurts.
Yeah.
It
And
is-
yikes!
still-
The copious spark just go down.
Man, you had so much spark before I started talking trash.
It really did.
All right, here's my no take him. Oh, that's only 2.
Wow. I think it's pretty plain, but per the rules, wildcard, you say what happens in this conflict.
Yeah, and I think you say the no take him, and wild card gives you this flashy smirk, and his eye kind of does that blue eye does that kind of glint shimmer thing. And he says, "Not gonna happen, old timer." And make sure that your hand, connects with Angelina as he sort of shoulder twists and like kind of checks with his shoulder the basher so he's not holding on, so that so that Barracuda kind of gets grabbed up and it's him kind of in the scuffle with the wild card and the basher.
Ah, that's so heroic. I think you need to hit the ground. I think that's what happens is that she's able to save Barracuda and Bobby and Fly. You guys just barely way, like you nearly clip a statue, Barracuda, before she gets you guys to the ground. It's unwieldy. She's like, I'm doing my best. Sorry. And then she tries to hit the ground feet first, but you guys take a bit of a tumble, and I do think, that's how you lose that 1 spark, Barracuda, is you take a hard landing. But the hardest landing is a landing that Olivier's going to take. As Basher says, okay, I'll kill you first. And he tries to grab your head, and he's trying to shove your head towards the ground so it slams in like a watermelon at a Gallagher show. Wildcard, what do you want to do about that?
Oh God, I think wild card is trying to manipulate the fall so that he actually protects the basher in a sense, because like he doesn't know if this is gonna be like a deadly fall or not, and you don't kill people.
Oh, that's so interesting. I thought you were gonna steal his powers so you would be safe.
shit.
But you're being heroic.
Oh shit, that might have been a better idea. But Wildcard's not thinking straight because he's never actually met this guy, so he doesn't know what his powers are.
Well, he certainly doesn't seem worried about this at all. Just so we're clear, he thinks he's going to be fine. And so you're trying to save him so he doesn't take the brunt of the damage. But you're also not. You're trying not to be.
Yeah, I don't wish to die.
You
Thank
don't want to die. Awesome.
But I also don't want him to die, but I don't know his powers or his capabilities.
It's
so-
true. It's true. This is all true. Okay, so how do we work this into a do you survive roll, or do we just say X amount of damage happens? Thinking. There's a part of me that wants to call break. I think I will. All right, so we're gonna take a break early. Cool. So we're right 5 after. Thanks for allowing me the break. I have thoughts. First thought, of course, right, is Rich would have Spidey web up the two of them before they slam into the ground. But this is the darker volume, and the writer for this particular volume would not allow that kind of save, get out of jail
Fluff
free.
here.
Pardon?
No fluff here.
No fluff here. No. We thought it was, we just wanted the tease of danger, but it's not really dangerous. Nope. Really dangerous. My second thought is that Dynamo brings Vector and Noah's body down to the ground and has a moment to react. And then my third thought is it is a thing that Wildcard could roll against the damage to not die. Meaning I just set up a pretty fantastically high challenge and you roll to try to not eat all the spark damage that you would take. So those are the thoughts that I had. Does anyone have any other suggestions? Because I'm 100% open to listening to other ideas.
At a glance, what are the? Well, I know what Jeff is looking like. What is Noah looking like?
Dead.
Dead. Okay, so don't need to take him to a hospital. Okay.
Oh, Noah's dead? He's straight up dead?
Yes, he got shot in the head. It was supposed to look like a suicide, but you guys got in the way.
All right. Still bringing them down. And yeah, I think I'm going to try and do something to help stop them.
I like that.
They just fell out the window. They like jumped out the window. They're going down next to the building. I think I might be able to like ran back outside, got there like fuck, like run up and then kind of like jump off the building and grab who's up there? Wildcard? Yeah.
Yeah, Wildcard and Basher are like holding each other, and he's trying to force, and Wildcard's trying to make sure that he doesn't take the worst of the blow, but also isn't fighting Basher to hurt him, right? Because you're a hero, right. Wildcard. You got all that heroic instinct. I think this is an unearthly difficulty.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Is there tension? Probably.
Yes.
Youch. Let's see. I don't know if that's being a brick or not. It's definitely being super. I think it's with feet.
I think so too.
So that's 6. Which is not going to do it.
Well, you're using your super movement as well. So that's 2 more dice.
Oh, yeah. So that's 8. So they
and I would imagine Wildcard would want to help you.
9,
actually. So that could give you another die.
I don't think I can do it. It's another plan.
What's another plan? Oh, yes. A quick note. Refresh can happen in flashback.
Oh.
You could flash back to another time. Thank you for that reminder, Greg. I should have also said that is a thing that is absolutely in the rules. You could flash back to why Dynamo cares about saving Wildcard's life here. It could be Could be lots of different options.
Ooh, boy. Yeah, let's do a flashback. Let's see if that helps at all.
Nice. I'll tell you, I was going to help, but it's called Spark. But let's have the flashback.
Let's see how much it helps.
What do we flash back to?
So flashing back to me and Wild Card. What do we get up to?
Oh man, is this like when we have a really touching moment where she kind of is like, "What brought you here?" kind of vibes?
Ooh.
Yeah, because I'm from the neighborhood. Why? Yeah, it's just like over beers on a stoop.
Yeah,
or
we're
on a rooftop.
You had to buy because I legally can't drink. And we're sitting on the stoop top. I think maybe this is after the first, second, or third time we teamed up. We maybe even haven't teamed up with Vector or Barracuda just yet.
Yeah.
And we're sitting on the rooftop, and it's like, why are you here? And Wildcard kind of looks out at the view, and he just says, have you ever not been yourself in your life?
I mean, you kind of have to every day to make a living, but I kind of think of it as, it's not that I'm not myself, it's just that there's a bunch of different selves that you have to kind of present to people to get along. But I never give myself up. I'm always there.
Yeah, I guess I want to find out who I am. Growing up, I was always one of the X-Men, or I was his kid or her kid or his student. It was never just Olivier. I want to find out
what?
who just Olivier is.
You've always been Olivier. It's just other people are trying to put their stuff on you, but they can't really get at who you are. You might be Olivier carrying a lot of baggage from people, but underneath you're still you. And all that stuff that people put on you, that's part of what makes you you too.
And he pauses and he drinks his illicit liquor. Beer. Well, it's not liquor, it's beer. Really. What kind of beer does Dynamo buy?
Cheap.
Yeah, I was gonna say, is this PBR?
Yeah, this is whatever the cheapest thing possible is.
PBR, Natty Light, PBR.
Couple 40s, yeah.
Yeah. And he's like, "Oh God, this tastes awful." Yeah. Well, now we're gonna get to see what an Olivier without baggage can do.
Yeah.
And I think they, clink glasses, and then we flash back to what Olivier without baggage does, which is nearly dying, nearly dying trying to save a villain.
Yeah. Cool. So is that 1d6 worth of spark there?
It is actually 5 spark to split between you.
Oh yeah.
You are doing the crazy roll. Take it.
Okay, I will take it all. So that takes me up to 6 spark.
Yes! My game has mechanics to make this better. I'm so excited.
So I'm at 9 dice right now. I need 8 successes, right?
Yep.
Yeah, 9 dice, 8 successes. My God.
I'm going to use all 6 spark.
I think that's not a bad idea.
Yeah. So that is 15 d6 we're looking at. Possible, but
not likely. This is
almost 50-50. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yep,
not a
7.
Single one. That's amazing.
Not a single one, though.
Not a single one's pretty good. And so close it hurts.
Yeah. Boy.
Who do you save, Dynamo? Wild Card or Basher?
Oh, Wild Card. Fuck Basher.
Okay.
Wait.
Yes? Barracuda?
There was Anything above a 3 is a success, right?
4, 5, is
Yeah.
1. Oh, well, let's
1,
let's
2,
look at it.
3,
Did we
4,
count up wrong?
5, 6, 7. Oh, I missed that 4. That's
1,
8.
2, 3,
Oh,
4,
yes.
5,
I missed-
6, 7, 8.
I missed the 4 in the lower right-hand corner.
Amazing.
Hell
Amazing.
yeah. Highlight Greg in for the save.
Unearthly. Oh, thank you for
Woof.
counting, Greg. Yay.
But still, fuck Basher. I'm not saving him at all.
I love the idea that since Monique's drive is fuck Basher, she grabs Olivier, but Olivier grabs Basher. She doesn't even intend to actually get him.
Oh, that's great. I love that. I love that. So what is that heroic save of Dynamo saving Wildcard who saves Basher from slamming into pavement and probably dying? What does that look like? Because you were like coming. So is it one of those where they go down there and you hit them with a
Yeah.
different force to redirect?
So looking at those apartments, Hope Gardens, right?
Yep.
There are a few buildings there. So I think what it looks like is probably like zipping up halfway, leaping off, grabbing Olivier, and then like kind of casting around for where to land, and just like kind of like catching the top lip of that building on the lower left there, and just like zipping down, like coming down hard, but skidding to a stop on the street.
And you didn't lose
like-
any sparks, so it's just like,
Yeah,
it's like a cosmetic bruising kind of stuff.
yeah, but there are lots of sparks.
Sparks. Hey.
Hey,
We see as she kind of like latches on and grabs wild card that Olivier takes his arms and like wraps them around the Basher, so he's cleaning his body. He's like, stop fucking struggling. I know you weren't hugged enough as a child. I get the vibe. Just take the hug.
You guys slam into the top of the roof, and you're still holding on to him, Wildcard, when Basher he looks angry, and he tries to headbutt you to free himself. Let me go, bam! Let me go, bam!
Get into his head. I want to hear what his thoughts are.
Nice. You certainly can. That sounds like a power, so let's do it. The good news is he doesn't really have protection against that. His grandfather on the other world made sure of that.
Yep. So that's 3 for super. Is this a wild card action? I feel like it is, but I feel like I'm also saying that a lot, so I want to double check. But that's just because Olivier fucking does wild shit.
Well, it's also a superhero comic style game, so wild shit's on the menu. I think it is pretty wild to try to reach in and understand someone. I don't want to discourage that. I think this is a good difficulty 3, and of course, tension is involved in the role. You're messing with someone's head.
So we've got 4. Let's see, is this maybe jaw or head?
Or is it trying to connect emotionally with someone?
the heart.
We could do heart. Yeah, do you want to do heart?
I think it's more heart than anything.
Yeah. 6, 7. It's ESP. So that's 7. I'll spend un spark to make it 8.
1, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yep, 8. Okay, cool. Tension involved. This could be rough.
This could be rough.
Not so rough.
Yeah.
So rough.
Not so rough at all. Little painful. Maybe it's the memories. I think you get flashes of many years as first he's looking up at a very young version of Barracuda that maybe you've seen pictures of in the old store. Barracuda, had sleeves rolled up, just opened up the bodega kind of Barracuda, and he's yelling down at you. Do it better. What are you, an idiot? Come on, stop being so weak. And then you see the grandfather aging and the height difference changing, but it's always the same hard, tough love that he can never be good enough until one night when the Basher was visited by this little imp-like creature that promises him you can have all of the power that you need. You just need to let me in. And that's the spark, is that it's in there now. And it starts pushing at you. Olivier, I know all about your daddy issues. You should probably leave. Maybe take a fall. Just let him go. And we won't have to deal with that, okay?
Oh man, and I think Olivier hears that and he says, I think this so fucking he's so much younger than him. But he's like, I think this kid has had enough people looking down and telling him what to do. And frankly, I've had enough of that myself. And I feel like he kind of just like with his powers reaches in and tries to pull that imp out and away.
Oh wow. Wow. I think Barracuda, you sense a bit of that. I'm curious, Barracuda, Vector, the two of you saved, laying on the ground, both beat to hell. Let's carve out a moment. What is going on between the two of you? As you've been left behind by the people who still have enough spark to fight.
I have an idea for a flashback.
Ooh.
And it's from when Jeff first moved in, and can all agree, if this just grosses you out, that it's okay. Mr. Muffins was causing trouble and in a fight with Skippy, the bodega cat, and then harked up a hairball. And Barracuda leans down and is cleaning it up. Stupid cat. But there's something in the hairball, and he pulls out this like little green crystal that matches Vector's suit, right? And he's just been holding it in his pocket for a while because he knows it's weird. And he like leans over to Vector and places it in Jeff's hand.
Nice.
It's some sort of like power crystal for the suit.
Ooh, interesting flashback. So what is Jeff's reaction to that?
You're muted, Sherry.
I like the idea that like Jeff like takes it, but he isn't really taking it in because he's there sitting next to the body of Noah. Does that make any sense? And he's devastated in that sort of thing of having just watched this, having intended to help and have failed in that moment. And it's not like he blames the suit, he just doesn't understand why he couldn't pull it together in that moment. And I think it's like he's holding that, and it's like the first time the suit actually is comprehensible to him, where it goes, it literally goes, I was not whole, is all it says. And then does that make any sense?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And then it like starts to charge up, and Jeff's just like, he kind of stands up because he doesn't know what's going on. He's like,
That's amazing.
And then he sort of looks at you and he's, thank you. And you can kind of hear that through the weird thing. And he goes, "What's going on?" Because
So mechanically, that was a
Mechanically.
great,
yes,
great scene. 5 spark to split between the two of you. How does that?
I'll only take one
Oh, I think
because Barracuda is going to tell Victor, you need to save Wildcard.
interesting.
Oh man. See, I was trying to set up the scene between
Scene for
Wildcard and
Barracuda.
Barracuda. That was
Yeah,
a little-
I mean, if we
Barracuda,
want to
that
do it
was
that
it.
way too, we can. That's
Yeah.
fine.
I mean, it's demonic. It's a magic thing. Like,
Okay.
Yeah. So, and I think this is the thing is, I'm literally, he's still kind of completely wiped out, but he kind of throws his arms around and he goes, "Thank you so much." And I'm going to give you all 5.
you're staying a 0? Oh, wow. That's heroic.
It's 0. Doesn't have any sense of being able to do anything in the moment. Just knows that the suit's okay, everything's okay. Barracuda did something because he's magic.
Nice.
Okay, so now like the demon's trying to come out of
Mhm.
my temporally displaced grandson. Oh man. Barracuda gets up and does the brushing off of the jacket thing.
And I think we hear a little echo of that conversation between
Yeah.
Wildcard and the imp. So you, the player, have an excuse that your character knows what's going on.
And Barracuda takes off at like a faster run than he should be able to at his age. And because he's realizing that the imp's not going to like, the imp is going to take over Wildcard. That's what it wants to do.
Mm-hmm.
And he's fumbling in his pockets, trying to find something. And he pulls out like this like weird pocket watch looking thing, and it starts opening up and showing like all of these different like weird symbols around the outside, and he throws it like a grenade at Wildcard. And I think we've proven conclusively enough to our thought that the Basher is the one who's been doing the murders. So throws this at him, and it's going to try it. It's the multiversal astronomical deviation device. It's going to like envelop the grandson and the imp, who cares, and throw them back into the dimension that they're supposed to be in.
Amazing. So there's a quick cut as you're throwing it. We cut to a couple, because remember this yeah. So a quick cut, and we see that there's an older couple who've been watching all of this because
Of course.
crazy, and the guy's like, "Man, that guy can move," and the woman says, "Does he run the bodega? Does he run the bodega that burnt down?" So boom, cut back to you. This sounds like crazy magic stuff, temporal powers, and boy, you better have good aim because they're up on a building. You're like, whoo, throwing it. So I'm gonna say that this is remarkable. What you're?
they're
Oh,
on a
I thought we
building.
came down the side of the building.
Oh, did you come
Hit
down
the side
the
of the building
side?
and then screeched to a halt in the middle of the street.
Cool. Okay,
Yeah,
good. So
yeah.
not nearly as bad then. Good.
Because I like
difficulty.
huffing it up the stairs. Okay. All right. So that's definitely being super is 2. I'm trying to leverage compendium into this. I mean, I've sort of encountered him before, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's a plan 3 for that. Tools, that makes it 6. 2 for Gadry, that makes it 8. And then what was the difficulty you said?
It was good. So 3. Tension
3.
definitely involved
Okay.
in the role.
Yeah. I will throw 2 more of my spark at it, bring it up to 10. How could it go wrong?
It can't. It's all good. No dice will fail you now. Maybe the
All
odds
right.
be ever in your favor.
Just hit enter for that. Do. Okay, that's
That is a
enough
lot of
successes.
3s, but
Threes.
One.
Only I got
only
a nice
1 and 4
4
successes. Sweet. What does that look like, Barracuda?
Well, it looks like me losing 1 more spark.
Indeed. But what does
Uh,
the magic and your crazy multiversal astronomical deviation device?
So it as the demon's like screaming in Wildcard's head, right? And Wildcard's starting to pull back. This comes in between them. And I think for a moment everything sort of stops, like time-wise for everyone. And the imp is like just about to burst out of Basher. Like it's like a weird blue ghosty thing, right?
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Mm.
And so it's I guess perception slows, right? And it's reaching up, and then the thing comes in between, and it's like all these spinning symbols, and Wildcard like sees it, and it's like reflected in all of their faces as it begins to spin up really quickly, and it grabs the Basher, and he just turns into like some sort of like black holy kind of soupy swirl as they go inside the device, and then the device just blinks out of existence. And the last of spark is that a little bit of Barracuda also flows out from his arm in this blue misty smoke into that twirl, and he collapses. Making an old man noise.
Oh man. I think we get like just as like the Basher is fading, Wildcard kind of says, "You don't have to be the man they made you."
Yeah, and you see his eyes, right? Because the imp was starting to raise up out of his chest, and so you
Yeah.
see the unvarnished, a little scared, a little beaten down
Yeah.
Basher, and there's a moment where the two of you connect, and you see maybe there's some hope, and then that device happens, and it snaps everything out, and he is gone, and the imp screams, and it reaches out, and then you see it like the colors pulled in as it tries to grab you, but it is not fast enough, and they both are yanked back to their proper world.
Yeah. Oh man, Olivier kind of like falls back flat on his tushy.
Appropriate.
You okay, kid?
Yeah. Yeah, I think I'm good. How's Noah? Because I think he missed that part. Like, I don't think he saw that part.
No, didn't make it, kid.
And you just hear like a fuck just ring out loud. And like the sound of a fist hitting the pavement.
Barracuda gets up, and his arm is visibly like damaged now.
Withered a little bit.
Yeah. Where's Dynamo?
In the middle of the street, getting back up. Now I'll be in just a second. I'm here. Is everyone okay? Where the fuck are the spider friends? Jesus.
Spider-Man slides into view.
Yeah, Spider-Man
Yeah.
slides into view.
Alright.
Bobby has his powers back. Firestar. I could have done better.
And I think Jeff is across the street, still sitting next to No, and he's making the phone call.
Mhm.
with his flip phone.
I think
I will go over and join Jeff. Just like stay next to Noah.
I think Wildcard pulls out his phone, and I think he calls a different number.
Oh,
Mm.
really?
Yeah,
What does he call?
Chuck, I need a favor. You got Foley on the line?
Okay, so to help pull, I know who Chuck is. Who is the other person?
Josh Foley, aka Elixir.
Elixir. Okay, okay.
Oh.
All right, just Rich wanted to make sure because that was really good. It's super deep and way farther than I was. Yeah. Okay, so I can bring him online. What is going on, Olivier? Ah, I see.
Yeah, before he like goes to say something and gets caught in his throat, and Charles fucking knows.
I'm afraid he's too far gone. Elixir can heal anyone who's still alive.
He's brought people back before. I've seen him bring people back before.
I'm sorry. We can't allow that to happen. Dead
What do you-
means dead.
I'll come back. What do you want?
Olivier, we both know you would not actually return. Best of luck to you and your new team. Rain says you're doing well. And then boom, he's gone. Like he cuts you off.
Olivier crushes his phone, which he'll regret later.
Mm-hmm. Firestar says, well, it looks like you guys have this in hand. And Bobby says, wait, you're pulling a fade? No, I was complimenting them? We hear sirens in the distance. Spidey says, I've got to go. Do you guys have this under control now?
We'll
Looks
tell
like
them
it.
the truth, see what they think.
Where's the hammer?
Great question.
Was the hammer in the apartment?
Hammer Bro had it during the fight. So, yeah, I think you saw it
Okay.
in the apartment. It was like laying down and leaning against the wall.
All right.
Cool.
I'm
so
just gonna
the spider
run
friends
up
are going to
and
like
grab that real
Didi
quick.
Mao. There, yeah, you zip, zip, and you can do that. Oh my goodness. Dynamo with the chain hammer is scary, but okay. Wow. So I think we don't need to play out you having conversation, but you're waiting for the cops. Who talks to the cops? Who's the spokesperson? And do you implicate Basher? Do you lay it all at the feet of Hammer Bro? What is the story you give the cops? Because there's not even a role if you say Hammer Bro
Yeah.
did the murders. Here's the murder weapon. He was so bad off about it that he killed himself. There's no role. That story will just work. But if you want to try to say there's a guy from another universe who was faking it and he was possessed by an imp, that's going to be hard.
Well, I think Barracuda would have to be the one to try and convince them of that.
Yeah.
Feels like Barracuda's call here. So how does this go? What's the play?
Okay. I think it's a detective that Barracuda knows, right?
Gosh, I don't think we've really defined any cops, so we're going to do that right now.
An
Associates.
old detective. think what evidence Barracuda has because he got rid of all of it.
That's not true. There's those kids with the basher tattoos on there.
Well, there is the couple who was watching.
That's right.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
No longer is it just an extra part without any. You're making scale today. So Barracuda will usher them over as eyewitnesses. And try to explain it to this cop that he grew up with, of like, no, you have to understand there's more here at play. Remember when New York was attacked and there was a like,
Okay. Let's see this. I don't think you're at risk of being blamed, so I don't
That's
think
fair.
tension's involved. I think there's a possibility they don't buy it and go down their own road. Does that read?
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
yeah, okay. So I think I'm gonna leverage compendium because it's the cop that I know that I put in the scene. If that's
Yeah,
okay with you, Rich.
For
Okay.
sure. Yeah, that feels right.
This is being normal. I'm not using my powers here. For jaw 5, 6, 7. And then what's the difficulty?
I think it's a good difficulty. If you're trying to hand him a win,
Right.
and he trusts you, so we'll call it good.
Okay. I'm gonna throw 1 spark at it. Bring it up to 8. No, you see, there was a guy. All right. 1,
We're gonna say his name's
3, 4, 5.
Detective Ortiz. Are we cool with that?
Ortiz.
Ortiz.
I just call him O.
Yeah, I like that.
Oh, come over here. We need to talk.
No, you see, there was a guy. That's good.
Ooh.
That is a pretty spectacular roll. Good stuff. Yeah, so O says it's a lot of paperwork. All right. If that's what happens. He's not gonna call you Barracuda, of course. You're like, if that's what happened, Mo. All right then. Maybe, try to back off on all that crazy mess next time. Can you do that for me?
Jeez. It's getting so muddied out here. There's just, we are your local team, but between the X-Men coming in, Brooklyn's Best coming in with Gordon, it's just too many cooks in the insert regional Brooklyn dish here in the kitchen.
You're not kidding.
Too many
People
people
have
are
so
trying
many
to make
slices.
too many people are trying to make the chopped cheese.
All right, I'll get this wrapped up. I'll do the paperwork for you, Mal. What you want me to be in?
Add it to the list, though.
Well, while he's doing that, I'm gonna give Megan a call.
Yeah. Cool. Mo, what's up?
I got bad news.
I heard that the victim looked like Sanaya.
Yeah. Yeah. It's worse than that.
Worse than Noah coming after us? How? What happened?
Um, well, it wasn't Noah. There's the little bright side to this.
Okay.
Um, but Noah's dead.
You killed Noah?
No, we did everything we could to save him. The person responsible for this did it. He's not around anymore. We took care of it, but we couldn't do anything for Noah.
Sucks.
I figured you'd probably be the first one to should be the first one to know.
Yeah, thank you. I need a minute.
Of course.
Are you okay?
I mean, everyone's pretty knocked around, but we're walking.
Did anyone else get hurt?
I mean, hurt, yeah, but no one's going to the hospital, so we're all right.
Okay. Well, I'll let the team know. If you need anything, Mo, just reach out, okay?
I might do that soon.
Okay. Thanks for letting me know.
You take care.
You too. All right. I think that's like the end of. Oh, Sherry, you had a thing?
I was going to say, I think that we need to go and get like an early afternoon beer at our usual place.
Get some trauma.
Yeah, exactly. Order off the lunch menu.
Before going there, I think I would like to drop off the hammer in the basement of the what's it called?
Oh shoot, Menagerie. What is it called?
Milieu Market.
Yeah, Milieu Market.
It's probably the safest place until we figure something else out.
Under the Barracuda's watchful eyes.
Yep. Put it behind some boxes of ramen and zip on back to get that beer.
Cool. So tonally, I imagine that this scene is pretty low key, a little morose in a way, because you're effectively a little bit of an impromptu wake, but also you did have a pretty major victory against a demonic murderer. So, yeah. Are you guys at Dweebs then? Is that where this takes place?
No, we're going to that bar. The
Okay.
one that.
Yeah.
Thing is,
I mean, Olivier is underage. It's the middle of the afternoon, so.
Just Jedi mind trick him. It's
Or give him a fake
Birdies?
mustache. Yeah.
birdies, yeah.
Cool. Yeah, so you're at Birdie's, and yeah, nobody bothers you. So we now have a scene between Olivier and Malvolio, right? Yeah.
Olivier looks wrecked. I think this is the first time someone's died on him and he hasn't been able to change it.
oh,
He's just like that stupid fucking British bastard. He could fix it. and he's not.
Hmm. There are times for such things, Wildcard. We don't get to pick our time and our place.
He does. He gets to fucking play favorites and make choices and decisions and have access to whatever. But who cares, right? He was just fucking Hammer Bro. He was just Noah. He was just a kid. Hammer Bro's probably older than fucking Wildcard. He's just a kid.
Does he have access to everything he wants, Wildcard?
Of course he does. He's fucking Chuck. Just swig off a bottle.
Doesn't seem to have access to you.
As if he wants me. I made the offer and he wouldn't take it. Defective version of one of his toys.
I don't think you're defective, Wildcard. I don't think you're defective at all, Olivier.
He had a demon inside him. Do you think Peter wasn't, I mean, he wasn't your Geraldo, but I don't think he would have done it if he didn't have a demon inside him.
Mm-hmm. He had to let that demon in at one point, Wildcard. The ways of magic are perhaps strange to you, but you have to invite them in. His actions were his own.
Beaker.
Beaker's actions are his own.
Beaker's actions are his own. Yeah, and I think Wildcard kind of looks at you and he says, I wish I had someone like you looking out for me when I was growing up. Somber moment.
Sorry, I'm a little late.
Just another swig.
Oh, five spark to split between the two of you. That's amazing.
Can we split our spark amongst our teammates who have none, or are they going to have their own refresh seat?
They're going to have their own. I'm making space for the two of them to have their own.
Fair. Okay.
Because 5 split by 4 is not great.
Yeah.
I don't want you to have to spam this, so we'll put that. And then
let's just even it out. 3 to Wildcard, 2 to Barracuda.
Yeah, all right.
So I think at one point, maybe Wildcard gets a call from Ray, his sister, checking in, and Barracuda, being an old man, has to go to the bathroom. And so Dynamo, sorry. Also being an old man, I it happens. So Vector and Dynamo, Jeff and Monique are left at the table, just the two of you.
I think Jeff.
How are you doing? Yeah.
Yeah, and Jeff's like, he's completely useless. But you were amazing. Amazing, Mo.
Yeah.
And Mo really works, by the way, for you. Points to Megan for that. Wouldn't have occurred to me.
I don't really feel like I don't really feel like I've let loose like that before. Like, that was, I mean, I didn't know. Jumping into midair and trying to figure it out on the way down I wasn't thinking. Like I could have gotten us all killed.
But you didn't. Which means now you got it on your repertoire.
Oh, I guess so. Didn't we have to practice?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you got to practice everything, don't you?
A lot of it comes natural. But I guess if we're gonna do this, then I probably should.
Like parkour,
But way faster.
extreme.
Yeah.
Who goes, hey,
I don't
can
know
I
how that.
practice with you?
Yeah,
Okay.
you could probably keep up with me.
In a manner, but it might help. Maybe we can figure out how we can work stuff out together.
Yeah. I just don't know how those the kids from Manhattan do it. Like I know that Spider-Man, like he's all over the city every day. Like, does he not have a job? Like, what does he do besides running around in his pajamas?
Oh no, uh, it's like he's been doing it all his life, though, isn't it?
Sure. But if I had rich parents like he does or whatever, then I'd be able to run around the city and practice all day.
He has rich parents.
I assume, like if he doesn't work.
Yeah, I guess Manhattan and you don't have to work. That's rich, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Must be nice.
Must be nice to have no problems like that guy.
Yep, that's our story.
But yeah, I'll take you up on that. We should I guess we should do the rounds. Um like lose an hour or two of sleep and actually patrol the neighborhood more.
Sure. How
And
about
over at Johnny's, like it's not a lot of work. I'm not riding my bike all day, so I have a little bit of extra energy.
okay. Um,
Is your situation all cleared up there? It seemed like
I got to
Seemed like
call
you were having trouble.
Zanaya. And sort of say, yes, the roommate situation is great.
Oh, I meant the suit. Like it seemed like you kind of fritzed out there
Oh.
for a minute.
Oh yes, it did. But Barracuda brought something. And it like fixed it.
Oh, I didn't know he was a alien mechanic.
It's
Everyone-
magic.
Full of surprises.
Yeah. Okay, if you want to do late night, that works.
My sleep schedule's all messed up now, so let's let me know.
All right.
I'm
And
probably gonna need therapy for this, right? Like I've never had anyone die on me like that.
yeah. Like I was right there.
I'm gonna need to talk to Johnny about getting health insurance. See how that works.
I'll just check on the internet. If there's what to do when you've seen something traumatic.
I'm sure the internet has good advice.
The best I can afford, there.
Just search up mayohealthclinic.com or something, right?
Yeah, it's where you start.
Yeah.
Then you end up on Tumblr, in some sort of weird place.
SCP. Oh, you want to
Yeah.
see really scary stuff?
This episode sponsored by BetterHelp.
If only. I need some of that BH money.
Yeah.
Cool. Definitely 5. That was a lovely grounded conversation between Mo and Jeff. 5 sparked a split between the two of you.
How about you take 3? I'll take 2.
I will take 3.
Okay.
Nice. Heavy stuff. Just to check in, do we need like an actual break here, and then we'll pick back up with the last bit of.
Here's a short break.
Yeah, short break might seem good. Give us a little commercial break here. All right. Okay, we're back, and Kay has a scene they wanted to present that will happen pretty soon after the loss of Noah. What's the scene?
So I think they had that group meeting at the bar, and it started to hit into nighttime. And Olivier has a bottle still, this one unopened yet, of insert an alcohol that I will let Rich decide in a moment. As he knocks on a door that we realize is kind of familiar because it's Megan's door.
Oh my. Okay.
That
cool.
bottle you're deciding is what is her favorite alcoholic beverage.
Oh, that's
The fact
great.
that neither of them is of age.
Yes, I yeah. I think. Oh, what is a sad song that's playing that we got the rights to that we could play in the background when she opens up the door? Something not super old though, like because most of the sad songs I think of are not in the last 20 years. Oh, how about how do we get the rights to Antihero? I don't know.
We just do. Someone's his nephew.
It turns out no, Swift. She likes the show. It turns out she likes the show, and she's like, "Sure, go ahead. You can have."
Her brother has a minor recurring arc on here, also.
Oh, totally. Yeah. Now we need to figure out her brother.
I think she has a brother.
Okay, cool. Well, I'll find a picture of him. We'll stick him in as a recurring. Yep. There we go. Sweet. I think she's a vodka girl. You can mix it with so much. Flexible. It's good stuff.
Yeah, and it's just a bottle of vodka, and Olivier definitely kind of drunkish, red-rimmed eyes at her door.
There's a moment, Olivier, when she sees you, registers it's you, but looks past you to see if anyone's with you.
Oof.
And then she's right back looking at you. Ollie, come in.
And he does. I don't think he says anything just yet, but he just kind of stumbles in. You got to catch up a little. And he holds the bottle out towards her.
She shuts the door. I'm a little low on cranberry, but okay. And she will take a swig off of it. It's Smirnoff. They paid, She's got the label facing the camera kind of deal. She takes a swig, and then she heads into her very nicely appointed little kitchenette area in her swanky apartment and starts mixing up a couple, like you hear the plink of ice in glasses and tumblers and I got a call from Mo. I know what happened. I'm sorry. I guess you were there?
Didn't make it in time.
I'm sure you did everything you could. I know you did. I know you, Ollie. You're a shitty boyfriend, but you're a hero.
This is a deep kind of sigh. I called Chuck, and he wouldn't bring Foley out.
Okay. Are you surprised?
I shouldn't be. But I guess a little.
Yeah. Well,
Big drink straight up. No additives.
okay. Well, I'm sticking with my additive. She pours a little cranberry juice into her glass. I just I don't you can stay here, but I don't want to sleep with you, Ollie.
And there's a small laugh and a small smile. That's not what I was looking for, Cher. I need a different kind of favor.
Okay.
I already fucked up as worse as I can today, so I'm sure whatever I was hiding from finding out nothing can be as bad as what I did today. Can you're the only person I trust with my head. I don't remember what happened after you left the party. I'm missing time.
That was weeks ago, Ollie. What? Someone messed with your head and you just Oh my god.
I wanted to think that we just got drunk. You know, that we just
Oh
me
my
and Johnny got drunk, and maybe we fooled around, and maybe it wasn't something so bad, because if it was bad, then I failed. I can't fail any worse than I failed tonight. So
Johnny. You and Johnny, God, that just destroyed me. Just so you know, you've mission accomplished. You definitely nailed that one. That sucked.
what sucked even worse was feeling like I had no choice, that you just said it. You said I was gonna come back to you no matter what. Just like I'd fall back in line with Chuck and the X-Men, and nothing I chose mattered.
Hold on, you joining me is not like you going back to Chuck. That's very, very different. I'm trying to make it too. Just, with more money and a better plan. Okay, I'll look in your head. But you're going to have to really open yourself up.
Do my best. And he kind of I think they're sitting on the couch, and he kind of puts the glass down, and he turns so he's laying and his head is in her lap.
And I think it's a really natural act.
Mm-hmm.
She just smooths your hair. It's an intimate moment that you've shared before. She looks down.
She's one of the few people he'll ever let just touch him.
Ollie, God. Ugh. Was the Johnny thing just to mess with me, or do you actually like him?
I mean, he's pretty to look at, but I don't think there's anything there. I mean, not as pretty as you to look at, but
Thanks. So it was just to mess with me. Great. Okay. Putting it aside. Yes, I'll look into your brain. But I was really mad at you, but it kind of ended up not so bad.
Yeah,
So-
you and Mom, that might be something nice.
Wait, she mentioned me?
I heard you're friends now. She talks fondly about you.
Cool. Good. I didn't know. I don't I want to be surprised, I guess. I don't know. I could totally
You
know.
deserve something nice. People who actually care. No offense, your team's kind of filled with douche nozzles.
No, I do take offense at that. Yeah, that's pretty offensive. I mean, I don't bash your team.
No, I know, but like,
You know, that weird
let's be,
Sentai guy. I mean, he looks really dumb.
yeah, but he's actually kind of,
You have a decrepit old man.
yeah, but the decrepit old man can like time travel. Like, and but I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the fact that Black Cat would sell you out for a silver dollar in a heartbeat. And you've got my daddy's dime and Voodoo, who is not a good person, just like flatly. That's not a team. That's four individuals cashing a paycheck. You
Oh, that's
deserve.
fair. I mean, that is fair. That is fair. It is a job. It is a job. You don't love the people you work with. You don't have to. You just need to get stuff done. It doesn't have to be like the X-Men, Ollie, okay? We don't have to like fuck each other and play baseball. We can just do the job.
I didn't. First of all, I don't play baseball. Um, I didn't say that, but you should be able to trust each other on a team. We don't play baseball and we don't fuck each other, but I know.
Good, because I would imagine you break him. He's old and decrepit.
uh, just laughs. But I know, ride or die, we'll be there for each other in the midst of a scramble.
Well, my team knows they better be there for me, or serious problems are going to happen. So we both get what we need, I guess.
Either way, I'm glad you have Mo if you need her. And Beaker.
And Beaker, yeah. He's doing the like threatening. Oh my God, what is going on?
He's protecting Megan.
So she says, okay, enough. I think I won that one, so we can get to the real deal.
Sure. You can always win, Megan.
And she leans down and she's just gonna kiss your temple. It's like not a come on, but just a gesture of trying to reconnect to the intimacy before you guys got in a little tussle. And then I think she just kind of runs her fingers over your forehead and you feel her reaching into your mind. What do you do?
I think he lets her in, and there's a moment where there's still some barriers there, and they both know it. And we see like almost behind prison kind of bars are a lot of their intimate moments and like the connection there, and just like when you forge a bond with someone through hardship and through time and through mutual suffering and but also mutual highs, and you're not in love with them, but they are someone you greatly loved, and maybe even like theoretically the idea of the love of your life, but that doesn't mean you're meant to be together. Kind of vibes. There's just like a very potent connection. The reason he has ESP is because of how often they shared powers. And he takes a deep breath as we see them between the bars, looking at each other, and he lets that go so she can come in.
And she pulls open the door that the bar is a part of and steps in, and then we have some like CGI. Ooh, we're traveling through dreamscape stuff and some stuff where, you know, we've overworked some folks to get this, but it looks pretty good. And then you see this specific image, this person, and you see him standing in the room where you and Johnny Storm awoke, and he reaches out with those inky black hands, and you can see him placing his hands near the two of you and drawing energy from you. And then you come out of that moment where Megan was peering into your mind, and you remember at least that. Seeing that was stolen from you. But you feel like there was more.
Yeah, and he looks to Megan because he assumes that maybe she saw more or understood more than he did. Eyes kind of that were closed kind of flit open a bit.
I got a peek. If you really want to know what's going on, you know who you have to talk to.
Johnny or Negative Man?
Well, I'm sure Negative Man will tell you. I'm sure he will, since he took the memories from you. I'm saying if you want to know whatever he did to you, you probably need to talk to Charles. Call him Charles. The professor.
The professor. Shit, I was hoping it was going to be just like me and Johnny in the same room or something with you.
Would have been pretty great. I would have remembered that.
No, not that that's missing. I meant that, and he like gets a little red. I think he like blushes kind of in her lap, turns his head to hide her face, his face and her leg. Really, him? Can't it be like your mom or something?
Let's be honest. She could probably do it, but she's not going to do it because she knows it's going to suck for you to talk to Charles. The professor is probably the only one who can do it, who would do it.
Your mom does hate me. I can't win. If I'm with you, she hates me because I'm with you. And if I'm not with you, she hates me because you're not happy that I'm not there.
I'll try to smooth that out a little bit. It's on my to-do list.
Of course. Right. Okay, I'm just gonna go to sleep. He like doesn't move off of her.
She'll like do the like pushing your head a little bit as she scoots out of the way. I'll get you a pillow and a blanket. You can trash here. It's good. If it smells like Mo, I'm sorry. And she smiles as she walks away. I think that scene, does that sound good? Yeah. Cool. That was pretty great. Man, I even named the file blank, so you didn't immediately know that was Mr. Negative. But UK, your kin is great in all things. I thought a Spider-Man villain, but dang,
I'm gonna be straight up honest with you here, Rich. IK just called him Mr. Negative. I did not know.
You are shitting me. That is literally who it is.
No, that was just Kay looking at the image of the picture, and I'm like, I would love to be that cool, but I need to be honest with you. I literally was just like, okay, this looks like a film negative, Mr. Negative.
That's legitimately who it is. Oh my god, that's crazy. Okay, but anyway,
I would love to be that
that's
cool,
great.
but I can't take that.
Okay. Wow, that answer is even weirder. That's bananas. I should have kept my mouth shut.
Fate trying to make me look cool.
Oh man. Anyway, yes, that is indeed Mr. Negative. A oft Spider-Man foe who has the ability to brainwash people with some of his powers of pause for dramatic effect, like the dark force and light force. You can generate and control both the dark force and the light force.
Hashtags Sunday, Saturday crossover.
Exactly.
He hates the Magia. Yes.
Okay, so We'll skip a little time. We do have a bit of time here to play before end of our scheduled session, and so I'd like to do that. We've had a scene between Wildcard and Barracuda. Let's see, are there any wishes we could grant? So we could just like dark. I think dark ton, more darkness. We get that. Take down Manfredi. That didn't happen. Spidey showed up. The memory thing, we dealt with that. Oh, more bats. We didn't have more bats. So more bats and Manfredi are the two things related. In fact, one could say. But that's okay. Let's see. Who's had the least time this session? I know we've had lots of wild card. Not a whole lot of Vector.
Yeah, it's Vector.
Yeah. Do we have enough time having passed that we grant my wish of a Vector beetle flying over Bushwick
Do it.
together?
I dare you.
He.
Sure, let's do it.
Amazing. So Vector blinks, but
Yeah.
does Vector fly? Can Vector fly?
Vector can appear to fly in the sense that he can make a leap, and then be forward from there and finish the leap much further along than he would have been able to
Nice.
otherwise. And the suit calculates that for him.
Oh, that's awesome. So it's like a Hulk leap, but calculated and doesn't trash the building you land at. That's great.
Exactly.
So it's not like Tick. It's not like Hulk. It's much more beautiful. It's awesome. So yeah, you're leaping and she's flying in the suit, and it's first time out kind of thing. So she's having to work on adjusting, and there are a couple times where she almost clips a building, and you can, I guess maybe you've got your little comm, like she made a little comm for you, so while she's talking in the suit, you guys can chat together. What is something that Vector or Jeff in the Vector suit does to help her avoid a potential catastrophe or a collision? Or
I think the thing that because they have the connection, is that she actually made it so that there's feedback where he can do with the adjustment of like, you're going too low, you're going that thing, but it just kind of comes across as like a set of arrows that show up on the edge of her visor. Because he's kind of tried to show her how his visor works for ideas about the whole thing of like, there's your main vision, but then you have this peripheral vision that you use for monitoring what's going on around you. And so they've been modeling that. Now, mind you, the way that he has to communicate with it is that he has one of the things that she's made to connect to her visor. So he has this very cute little like anime earmuff thing almost.
and you occasionally get feedback from the suit about the inferior technology used for the this would be the Mark IV, the Beetle Armor Mark IV. Or no, we're going to do like Iron Man. So this is like Beetle Armor Mark I. Yeah. Right?
Okay, Mark I. Yeah. All right, that sounds good. Decided to like, stop with the versioning and actually go to the first release. So yeah, this is the Mark I.
Yeah.
Yeah. And yes, and my suit complains about it, but also is like, the thing is losing altitude due to, inefficient thing and those sort of things. So all the time, so I'm like way ahead of any problems that she's having in a lot of ways. And yeah, I think that's it. It's more me following along and making sure that this flight is okay, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense.
And us figuring out what you have to be aware of when you have wings and things like that.
Things are coming along. She's learning. This is a good first test. She's pretty excited. Everything's elation, and I can't believe I'm flying. And you correct when she's having problems. But then there's a point where the literal shadow of Hope Gardens apartment building You guys like fly underneath that, and it's just been a few weeks.
Mm-hmm.
What do we see? She doesn't like. Maybe she knows on an intellectual level, but right now she's busy on flying.
Yeah. I think that's the thing is he's following her. He's got his eye on her, and then there's the periphery, and he doesn't mean to, but it kind of goes blank from the mask, and he sort of so he turns to see what's there, and he sees the building, and I think you kind of see him go instead of rooftops, he sort of drops to the street level,
Mm-hmm.
and he's sort of walking, and he gets to that point where they were sitting on the sidewalk in front of the thing, and he's like, and he sends a thing. He goes, "Let's take a break."
Okay, is everything okay? Does your is it out of power? How does you get more juice? I've been meaning to ask, like, how do you power up? Is it unlimited? Is it like nuclear? How? Sorry.
I don't know.
So do you guys settle on like the maybe on the building that sits across from where you guys, Dynamo kind of crashed into it a little bit, so they have a
Yeah.
like some
So it's
tape
right
up,
across
new
from
construction
there, up
kind
a
of deal.
few. Yeah, and I think it is he lets her settle, and then he goes to join her. Does the blink up? Kind of like settles down and kind of crouches on the edge of the
Nice.
roof, and that sort of thing. And he goes, "This suit is awesome, Janice. I don't think it's going to be long before got it like way usable. Are you going to do this super stuff?"
It is called literally a super suit, so I think that's the intention. Is it a
And he
terrible
kind of
idea? I mean,
and he goes, "No, but sometimes really horrible things happen." Hey,
but if you
you kind
don't, if you don't try to
no.
help, then don't the horrible things happen worse?
Yeah. I mean, that's it, isn't it? It just, sometimes, even though you got this suit, even though you've trained and you're trying, it's going to go wrong. You're not going to be able to do the thing. I just,
Are
and
we talking about my dad?
no, no. I mean, he's probably had that too, for a completely different thing.
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
And she sort of stops and goes, are you still worried about that?
Yes. I love him, but I know he does some bad stuff. Mostly he's going against other bad guys, so I did mostly talk myself into ignoring it. But if I'm gonna do this, I don't think I can ignore it anymore.
Can talk to him about it?
Yeah, I am. Eventually working on it. I've got 26 different speeches.
Oh, I would have expected 32 by this time.
I am winnowing them down. Come on, 3J.
Okay. It's just, you always do everything so completely and utterly perfectly. And he kind of stops and goes, I don't know if that conversation could be perfect.
No. It's going to suck.
I think you'll still be proud of you.
I hope so. I just wonder if he'd actually fight me. I don't think I can handle that.
Then you need to tell him what it is that you would fight for, so he knows.
Okay.
He has choices too.
You know I'd fight for you.
Same.
Yeah.
So, kind of looks up at the top of the building across him. Can you ascend to this, or do you need more lateral? He's pointing up towards the top of the roof.
She grips the edge and just pushes herself off and falls for just a second. We hear a little whoop, and then with the jet boots kick in, and she kind of does a like little half gainer type thing as she's ascending up, and you see the little contrails come up, but she's just slightly off. And there's a point where the suit is almost mockingly doing the, like, she is going to slam into the top and not make it if she doesn't adjust.
Yep, and I think I blink across the street, and then I'm sort of blinking up the fire escapes as she's coming up, so that as she gets to the roof, I blink to that, and I'm sort of like leading way out as she comes over. I sort of catch, like, as she's going over or coming up towards her, I sort of catch and sort of like give her that last, 1 foot boost at that moment.
Nice. Inferior telemetry, the suit
Exactly.
tones. And she's, oh, okay, great. Thanks.
It was pretty impressive. It was a heck of a climb.
And she'll comes down and like hands out, and she just lowers herself down onto the top of the building. And there are a couple of people who are sunbathing, like one girl who's got the like mirror thing up to her neck to try to get all the sun underneath, and they look over the two of you in your super suits. One of them reaches, gets her phone, snaps a shot of the two of you.
I turned around and did a peace sign.
Nice. And Janice like poses for it. And you can't see her face, so you hear her giggle like, this is my first, like, yes, this is it. This is the first sighting.
No, we'll have to check online. They'll probably be giving you a new name.
Oh no. I really, the Beatles, just a working title. There's got to be a better name, right?
It's out in front of the public now.
Okay. And I think, does it feel like scene end?
Yep.
Cool.
Oh, no, I think what it is the two of them stand on the edge of the roof, and they step off, and that's the end of the scene.
Yes, that's good. Like hand in hand kind of step off. Cool. Very, very cool. Oh, that's super cute. Good stuff. We have 10 minutes. We should probably stop here. I'd love more self-indulgent scenes, but also I like to do the end of the session stuff. So we'll do that. Let's do our end of session stuff as I pull up the character keeper where I cleverly put the end of session stuff. At the end of every issue, the entire table of GM and players discuss the following questions. Did you clash with someone who threatened your neighborhood?
Yes.
Yes.
For sure. Did you protect the citizens of your neighborhood at least once?
Yes.
I think so, yeah. Did you defeat a villain or have a conflict with your rival team?
Yes, we did.
You did. Cool. That's 3 XP for everyone. Now we go around the horn, and the GM will pose the following questions to each player to answer for their superpower being. And other players are welcome to chime in to encourage a player to answer yes if they're hesitant. But only GM should push back or argue against any of the yes answers. So we will just use the character keeper. So Barracuda, you are first. Did you struggle with your normal day-to-day obligations?
Struggle a little bit with this one. The only thing I have is when I had to like normal time explain like what happened with the crime scene.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only like real normal was that and keeping the team together, but that's not keeping the bodega going. So
But I think that it's close enough for me.
okay.
I think you also had to face kind of like a version of your family, your grandson, your obligation as a
true
very
a
good.
patriarch.
Cool.
Yeah.
Good one. All right. So 1 XP there. And then did you support another teammate when they needed you?
I did.
You did
With
indeed.
Vector.
Love it. Wild card.
See,
You struggle with your day-to-day priorities and obligations.
I think so. Like I think he struggled with like being like a superhero sort of, and you know what that means at the end of the day is you're not gonna win all the time.
Yeah. I think some of the conversation, even though it's not like normal, but nothing about Olivier's life has been normal.
Yeah, like
but
that's his normal.
yeah, speaking with Chuck and all of that angst. Yeah, we'll give you an XP for that. Did you support another teammate when they needed you?
Yeah, I swap seat with Barracuda.
There you go. Then Vector, did you struggle with your normal day-to-day obligations?
I think trying to figure out where Noah's death was working out in his approach on what he was doing forward and trying to explain that to Janice. I think that's normal in that way of trying to warn them.
For sure. I think that qualifies. Did you support another teammate when they needed you?
Yes.
Cool.
Yes.
And then last is Dynamo. Did you struggle with your normal day-to-day obligations?
I feel like making the call to Megan hits that.
Yeah, that was very clever and totally in character. I like that. And then did you support another teammate when they needed
I sure
you?
did. Yep.
Sure did. Excellent. All right, let's move on to stars and wishes. We start with wishes so we can end with stars. Who has got wishes technically for our last scheduled session? So who's got wishes for that?
I want to take a swing at Manfredi anyway.
Yeah, I want to see some Silvermane. I've got something special for him.
All right, Manfredi has been voted on twice. It's undeniable. It has to happen now. Any other wishes out there?
Yeah, I do think I want to switch my role.
Okay, that sounds
So if
good.
there's like something you have to do, let's figure out what that is.
There's no mechanical thing.
There isn't.
We just say that you have a new role.
Okay.
I'm very curious what role you think suits the new Vector.
I think, does the knight sound okay? Because I think he's very protective, but he's also like, what is it? Chivalrous. in a way? Or does that make any sense? I want that idea of not just against, but he's like careful.
It
Carol.
feels very earned from the way you
Yeah.
played him. Yeah, for sure. I like it.
Plus, he wears a suit of armor.
He
So I
does
thought it
all
was-
those things.
Yes.
Oh, it's so good. Great.
That Chuck scene.
Mhm.
Yeah, you want a Chuck scene?
Yeah, that Chuck scene's got to happen.
Da-na-na-na-na, da-na-na-na-na.
I'm very excited for your British accent. more.
This is where all of our budget for the series is going
know.
this season, though.
We had the delay of he had to be done with Picard in order to like jet over and do our little scrappy series. Anything else, Kay? Any other wishes?
I mean, 1,000,010, but can't put them all into a single episode.
True enough. All right, Mark, you
Season
jumped.
2.
Mark, you jumped in on the Manfredi. Did you have any other wishes?
I think that's the big one. I don't
Okay.
really. Yeah, I don't have anything else specific.
Cool. And then Greg, any wishes that haven't been expressed you want to throw out there?
None off the top of my head right now. I think
Okay.
most everyone is. I want to take a swing at Gordon too.
Hey, I love it.
Gordon's totally the like news reporter at the end of Die Hard.
Yeah,
Gordon, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I think that's about it.
Good stuff. Awesome, Greg. You went last with wishes. You could go first with stars.
Oh boy. I love the whole, scene we had. Everyone was pretty much close to being down and out. Major started the dice for letting Dynamo be Dynamo. That was a great save and so well done. I loved the flashback that preceded. It was excellent session. Looking forward to the showdown with Manfredi. Love the refresh with Wild Card. I'm glad we got that scene. Yeah, just love it.
Good stuff. I will dovetail in to say, Greg, thank you so much for reminding folks about the flashback, because I think that scene was a fait accompli without it, and it put actual risk rather than, mechanically this can't be done. It became much more exciting, so I really appreciate you throwing that out. Kay, do you have any stars you'd like to share?
Oh my God. So many stars. Holy crap, where to even start? Friggin' just the absolute way that Malvolio, just how you perfectly, Greg, like you're like, and I have this perfect watch device. Whatcha? Like just like not
And that watch just showed up in the character keeper earlier this session, and I was like,
yeah.
oh, that is Chekhov's is all get out.
Yeah, like just I love it. I love all your little stuff in the character keeper. That is just phenomenal. And like also like the fact that you were like brought Skippy and Mr. Muffin into it was totes cute. I absolutely love Dynamo's phone call to Megan. IK shipped them so hard. Just like be it a friendship, be it a romance, I don't care what it is. I think they're helpful and good for each other, and they both deserve that in their lives. Yeah, just that was great. I also just her sort of sure-footedness in reaction to a lot of that. Also, that flashback scene was great. I think that was a lot of impetus for a lot of what we saw in this season could be traced back to some of those moments of having someone earlier having said that to him. So that was delightful. And then, gosh, I love Jeff and Julia together. They're so J4 or J5 technically if they get married, and it pleases me greatly. I love that hard to have conversation. IK love exploring the sort of almost Scion-esque like villain parent to hero child kind of vibes in a lot of things. So I'd love to have seeing that conversation between them, of her being like, I know this, and her wanting to be. It was, yeah, that was great. How Jeff is just so supportive. I'm like, where are the Jeffs in this world?
Mhm.
The world could use more Jeffs, frankly.
So true.
He is just lovely and wonderful, and yeah, I love it. Not to say that a lot of people play toxic men, but in characters and things like that, because I don't think any of the, yeah, actually, wild card might be kind of toxic. But a lot of times, like especially in superhero games, like to have someone who I feel like is like a very pinnacle of non-toxic masculinity is rare. And I think Jeff is just a spangled star of non-toxic masculinity.
That's good stuff. I agree.
Rich, I wish to play with you forever. You know this.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, Kay. I appreciate it. I love playing with you too. Mark, any stars left out there for you?
Wow, I'll hit them all. I love the setup of the whole scene in and around the apartment and the gun going off, and that is what happened, and like not pulling back from that. That was rough. That was really good. I liked it a lot. And then dealing with the fallout from all of that stuff. Everyone's role in that was great. Malvolio pulling in the old cop friend.
So on
yeah.
point.
I love the scene going back to Megan's apartment. That was really juicy, really good stuff. And yeah, just Jeff being Jeff, real good. Yeah, and I felt like Dynamo really got a chance, like she said, like come into her, like, oh, like this is I could get into this hero stuff. And yeah, everything's all good. We don't have to sleep with each other and play baseball, something like that.
I do like that line.
Good line. Yeah, I think it's all the usual stuff. Super good.
Cool. Sherry, any stars left out there for you?
Oh yeah. I just have to give big points to Greg and his Malvolio, who is so not the youthful, where we want to save them and save everyone and make everything better kind of thing. It was like, oh, this is his grandson from another multiverse, and there's an imp inside, and he's like, he's not even going to take care of that. He's just sending him back. And you've been the pragmatist all the way through this. Like you have this strong sense of what the limits are in this moment, and you're like, I'm going for a win in the moment, and that's it. And it's so like all of us are trying to solve all the problems in the scene, and you're like, nope, main problem. And it's just great. It is such a good character turn. In the sense, not character turn, but character trait. Wild card, the soap opera of the X-Men is just, I mean, oh man, it's such a weird thing to be on the periphery of that, and it's going on, and I love the thing that we're walking around through our relatively normal lives with you in the midst of it and all of these things. It's just like there's waves crashing, but because there's a sort of glass wall of our experiences up to now. None of it's hitting us precisely, but we can see it all. It's just crazy. I think Dynamo is like they're getting the next series set up for Dynamo to have their own, essentially solo outing, and that's what this is the build up for. So it's like this is the origin story of Dynamo.
The rise of Dynamo.
The rise of Dynamo, yeah.
Oh yeah. This was really great. You guys are wonderful. I love your portrayals of your characters. Vector really is just this very heroic superhero, and Wildcard is a wildcard. I love how hard you played him, Kay. I know we're both going to fall to our deaths, but I'm gonna see if I can help you out, while the other guy's like, nah, I'm gonna make your head like there was something really tragically heroic about Wildcard and innocent too. I love that shattering of some of his innocence. It was wild. And Cardi, I guess. Yeah, I don't know. I was just trying to say Wildcard one more time. I will second the Barracuda saying, "Nah, he made his choices. You know, that's very old man magic answer, very
Are
Doctor Strange."
are the demons inside people? Is that like a Marvel thing? As someone who's largely ignorant of the Marvel universe side of stuff. Okay, cool. So make our own
Sure.
rules there.
Yeah,
Fantastic.
yeah. There you go. And Mark, yeah, the conversation between Dynamo and Megan, just electric. Wish I will dovetail. Wish another scene between the two of them. So yeah, I'm gonna write that down. And Mo, Rich Wish. Cool. All right. Thank you so much for playing. This has been delightful. What an amazing series. Gosh, I don't know how we end it well because like there's so much. That's so many threads, so many things, but we will do our best as we soldier on. Thank you all again, and we'll bring the recording to a close.